When researching for specific projects to teach in the classroom, I quickly realized I had the concept for my project backwards. I shouldn't just teach art in the classrooms. I needed to give teachers the tools and instruction to have permanent art lessons. Jackie Bogdansky was looking for a project she could do without specialized science equipment. I found a project using markers and rubbing alcohol. The idea was to teach color theory through the placement and diffusion of color. I wrote basic information on primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. Jackie created the scientific experiment. I purchased markers for her class, and she obtained the rest of the materials, and the 9th graders had a great time learning about mixing color through diffusion. Kelly Mayotte wanted Day of the Dead projects beyond the sugar skulls she's used in the past to celebrate the holiday. A document was produced giving examples of Day of the Dead art beyond what the class was working on. Spanish 4 created clay skulls and painted them in bright, lively colors. Spanish 3 used paper templates and Prismacolor pencils. The thank you note from the class made me realize the quality art materials I use for the lessons are expensive for teachers to purchase on their own. I plan to set aside part of my budget to supply materials for teachers to check out when teaching these art lessons in the future. Kim Rapert's favorite art style is surrealism. She teaches surrealism with Kafka's book Metamorphosis. We work together often to understand the surrealism concepts and how to convey this concept to the students. I produced a document for her with better surrealistic artist examples. Kim decided the students would create a book cover for the book with a specific rubric. She would teach the surrealism concept to the students. I would teach them how to create a good composition. Only able to spend one class period with the students, it occurred to me I would not be there to monitor progress like I do every day with my own classes. I needed to give them a permanent reminder, and I created a sheet with composition rules and examples. The students then came to me whenever they needed help or other materials for the project. For June Whedon's class, she wanted to solidify the material the students learned about the decades they picked with a lesson on analyzing art from that decade. Instead of allowing the students to pick questionable artwork, I found 4 pieces of American art from each decade. June had wondered what influenced art during that time, so I created a document with the art styles and influences from that decade. I sent all the information to June to approve. She noted to me that when she flipped through the document, she could see the changes in the art styles. Her observations led me to create the movie to show the students. To successfully analyze art, the students would need to understand the elements and principles of design. I created a document to help the non-art student understand this. I feel it works so well, I have it displayed in my classroom for my own art students. Analyzing art required a demonstration for the specific writing prompts June wanted the students to address. I provided guided notes and gave the students an example of why a photograph was a good composition. Then I provided a very modern piece of artwork. Mrs. Van Riper referred to it as a hot mess, and asked the students to analyze it in class. Using a piece of work which didn't have cut and dry answers gave them the understanding that art is subjective and they could defend and analyze a piece of work whether it appealed to them or not. In addition to school-related art, the National Art Honor Society provided ornaments for the Aware Shelter families and kids. I helped the Daisy Troop get a ceramic badge and created my own homemade holiday cards. Projects for next semester and next year are already being planned. Additionally, I need to recreate the tiles and save student handprints from Janet Clayson's room that will disappear during construction.